Good morning Year 8 and welcome to today's maths lesson. Let's start off with a quick starter, shall we? Can you find 3/7 of 49? Can you then find 20% of 250? And what's the gradient of this line? Y equals 3x plus 8. Pause the video and in your light blue books have a go at those questions now, please. Okay, let's go through the answers. I want to find 3/7 of 49, so the first thing I'm going to do is find what 1/7 of 49 is. To find 1/7, I need to do 49 divided by 7, which gives me what, Jonas? 7, lovely. But I want 3/7, so I need to multiply my 1/7 by 3, which is 7 times 3, which will give me 21. My next question, I've been asked to find 20% of 250. Now we know that 100% of 250 is just 250. So to work out 20%, we've divided that 100% by 5. So we need to do the same to the other side. 250 divided by 5 gives me what, Alicia? 50. Excellent, thanks very much. And finally, what can you remember about graphs? What's the gradient of this line? Y equals 3x plus 8. Well, this line is going to look something like, if I drew a quick graph, something like that. It's going to be a straight line. And the number in front of the x is positive, so it's going to be a positive gradient. The gradient of a line is given by the number in front of x. So the gradient of this line is just positive 3. The y-intercept, if you were interested, is the other number. So the y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis is equal to 8. So the gradient is 3 and the y-intercept is 8. Well done if you remembered that. We did that around Christmas time, so that was a long time ago. Okay, Year 8, here's today's lesson destination. We're going to be looking at converting between fractions and ratios. So to start us off, can we have your dark blue books out? Can you give me the title Converting Ratios to Fractions? And then can I see pens down and eyes on me? I'm going to go through an example and then you're going to do an example. So my example says, the ratio of red balls to green balls in a bag is 2:3. Now I've drawn this out in a little bar model. I've said I've got 2 red ones and 3 green ones. I've been asked what fraction of the balls are red. Now your temptation will be to go 2:3, yep, that's going to be 2/3, but it's not. Let's use the picture. The number of red balls is 2. So I agree, that's your numerator. But it's 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls in total. So the fraction of red balls is going to be 2, the number of red balls, out of the total number of balls, which in this case is 5. In your dark blue books, Year 8, can you have a go at this example? Pause the video for a minute and off you go. Okay, let's go through it. So this time, I've got the same number of balls. I've still got 2 reds, and I've got 5 greens this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Bradley, what's my numerator of my fraction going to be? 2, exactly, I've got 2 red ones. But what's my denominator going to be, Jake? 7, exactly, the total number of balls, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Year 8, in your light blue books, can you have a go at these 2 questions for me? Pause the video for 5 minutes and work these out now. You may need to simplify your fractions. Draw a diagram. That's my piece of advice. And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay, Year 8, can you pause the video and in your light blue books, can you have a go at these 8 questions? Pause the video for 5 to 10 minutes and work those out now, please. And here are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay, back to our blue books for me. I've got another example that I'm going to go through and then you're going to do one. This time the ratio of red to green to blue balls in a bag is 2 to 3 to 5. So I've got 3 different sets of colours. What fraction of the balls are blue? Again, I've drawn out the diagram so that we don't make any mistakes. I'd much rather you spent 30 seconds drawing the diagram and got the question right than didn't and got the question wrong. So what fraction of the balls are blue? Joseph, how many blue balls have I got? 5. Excellent. So that goes on the top. How many have I got altogether, Beatrice? 10. Excellent. So my fraction is 5/10. Is that the right answer, James Giddon? No, I can simplify that. Dividing top and bottom by 5 will give me 1/2. Over to you, Year 8, in your dark blue books, can you have a go at this question for me? Pause the video for a couple of minutes and work it out now. Okay, let's go through it. So this is my diagram. I've got 2 reds, 1 green and 4 blue. This time I've been asked what fraction of the balls are red, which is 2, out of a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't simplify that, so my fraction is 2/7. Over to you, Year 8, in your light blue books, can you pause the video for 10 minutes and have a go at these questions for me? And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Right, so we are happy converting ratios to fractions, but can we go the other way? Again, I'm going to do an example and then you're going to do an example in your dark blue books. So can you write the title Converting Fractions to Ratios, and then pens down and eyes on me while I do an example and then you're going to do one. So I've been asked to shade in 1/4 of these squares. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. So Tamsin, how many of those squares do I need to shade in? Just the 1, very wise. And now I've been asked to write the number of shaded squares to unshaded squares as a ratio. So for shaded squares I've got 1 and the number of unshaded is 1, 2, 3. So that would be 1 to 3. Okay, Year 8, in your dark blue books, can you have a go at the example on the right hand side? Pause the video for a minute and have a go at that now, please. Right, let's go through it. To shade in 3/4, again I've got 4 squares, so I need to shade in 1, 2, 3 of them. You might have shaded in a different 3. I've been asked to show the shaded squares to unshaded squares as a ratio. So shaded squares I've got 3 of them, and unshaded I've got 1. So this ratio should have been 3 to 1. Please make sure you've got this example in your dark blue books for me. And then can you pause the video for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and in your light blue books have a go at these questions for me. And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Notice that for the second one, you needed to simplify your ratio. In fact, for the second one, I've got that wrong. Sorry. That should be 4 to 2, which should have given you 2 to 1. Glad I spotted that. Okay, Year 8. In your light blue books, 4/5 of a group of students are boys. What would be a possible ratio of girls to boys? Is it A, is it B, is it C, is it D? Draw a diagram and work it out for me. Okay, let's work it out. So 4/5 of a group of students are boys. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boys and 1 girl, because 1/5 will be girls. So my total number of students is 5, 4 of them are boys and 1 girl. So my ratio of girls to boys, read the question, my ratio of girls is 1 to boys is 4. So the answer I was looking for is 1 to 4. If you got that wrong and didn't draw a diagram, learn from it. Okay, Year 8, in your light blue books, can you draw me a picture for each of these questions, and then can you convert these fractions into ratios for me, please? Pause the video for 10 minutes and work those out now. And these are your answers. Please check your work and see how you did. And some wordy questions for you. Can you pause the video for 10 minutes and have a go at these 4 questions for me? And these are your answers. Please check how you did. And finally, this was our lesson destination for today. 2/7 of a group of students are boys. What would be a possible ratio of boys to girls? Draw me a little diagram and work it out. Is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D in your light blue books now? Okay, let's work it out. So we've got 2 boys. If 2/7 are boys, that means 5/7 have got to be girls, or we've got 5 girls. So that ratio is going to be boys to girls, which is 2 to 5. So we should have got B. And finally, a challenge for you. Mirren and Henry share some money. Mirren gets twice as much as Henry. What fraction of the money does Henry get? Pause the video and work this out now in your light blue books. Right, let's have a think about it. Let's write it as a ratio. If Mirren to Henry is our ratio, or M to H, we know that Mirren gets twice as much as Henry does. So we're looking at 2 to 1. We've been asked what fraction of the money does Henry get? Well, Henry gets, if we draw a picture, for every 1, Mirren gets 2. So as a fraction, Henry's getting 1 out of 3. For every pound coin, Henry's getting 1 out of 3. So the answer I was looking for is B. Thanks very much, Year 8. Can you now head on over to Google Classroom and complete today's exit ticket for me? Have a lovely day and thanks for listening.